Okay, I think we finally got it, everybody. I,
Yay.
I think we're live on YouTube now. So let me go back to our main scene here. Things happen, I guess, whenever you're live, right?
Yes.
So let me go to our agenda real quick and make sure that we are following that accordingly today.
The times are wrong.
So day 3. Let's go to our presentation screen. So today we're going to talk about what we're going to do, which is essentially start our coding process. But before that, we're going to start looking at some different careers and some colleges, specifically college exploration that's out there in terms of like what colleges are out there that deal with robotics, that are currently dealing with artificial intelligence, AI. And there's some really cool things out there that they are building in terms of like robotic dogs. You will see robotic machines that are out there that will help in the future complete tasks more efficiently and faster. So we'll watch a video clip on that. We'll have a little bit of a break, and then we're going to set up and actually start coding the robot. I want to make sure, though, that everybody has got their robot. I want to show y'all that we figured out something, and I'm going to fix mine. We figured out something today, and it contributed to the movement of the robot that was not intended. So let me show you, because it does matter how you do this. And I may be missing my camera. Of course, everything will go wrong when it has to go wrong. There we go. Yay, that one was solved fast.
That was easy.
That was easy.
That was an easy fix.
We must have had a like a computer glitch or a hiccup. The computer must have shut off on us because like the audio, the video,
Everything was out.
I've had to go reset everything. So I apologize, y'all. But let's take a look at my robot. Can anybody tell me what's wrong by looking at it? One, you got it. You got it. Right off the bat. The tracks are wrong. They are backwards. You need them in order for it to function and move properly. You're going to have to flip the tracks over if yours are upside down or the wrong direction. So what I'm going to have to do is take the tracks off and reverse them like this so that the arrow, the arrow and the tracks are facing forward. Otherwise, you're going to run into a movement issue with your robot. So make sure that the tracks are in the right direction.
It's just like the tires.
Exactly.
They have to grab, so
exactly. It's just like tires on a car.
on a car.
You have to have them balanced and rotated. You're not going to have to really rotate the tracks, but you got to have everything on your robot the correct way. Otherwise, it's going to drive weird. And so, luckily for me, it was just the tracks that were wrong. And especially if you have one that's like forward and one that's backward.
Then it's going to move
then
weird.
Then it's really going to move, really weird. So just make sure that your tracks are facing forward. If they're not, just do what I'm doing and switch them so that they are facing forward.
But these are easy fixes. So.
This is an easy fix. If your battery compartment was was backwards. That's not so much of an easy
Like the
fix.
first time we did, we had to undo almost the whole thing to get it fixed.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot of work. And if you do have to switch your tracks, like I said yesterday, just make sure you kind of work the wheels into the grooves. You'll hear like some popping going on. Just make sure that you go in there and just make sure that it's all ready to go. And it seems like mine is now. William, are you talking about like if you need to take the batteries out of
Like to
the
replace 'em?
robot to replace them? If you are, there should be a tab right here
He says
in
yes.
the back.
Mhm.
If you push that down and then you slide this out a little bit, you will be able to get to the battery compartment. However,
If it was placed the wrong way,
yeah,
if it was placed like this,
yeah. If you built your robot and the tab is not here, and you put your battery compartment in the front, which you can kind of see it,
it's still going to work
it'll still work,
until
but
the batteries go dead.
yeah, and then you'll need to replace the batteries, and the way to do that is you're gonna have to take off, these
Just about
components on the
everything.
top. Yeah, and then you're gonna have to switch. What I would do is reverse how you have the battery pack installed, so that you do have that tab in the back. See, this one has the tab. I
And
can
the other one
push
doesn't.
down.
Yes.
This one does not because it was installed backwards.
But it's something we learn.
You learn as you go through with some of these robots. I've built I don't know how many times this robot, and I still run into problems. But that's just the nature of robotics and things. You just have to go back and fix things. That's a learning process.
Yes.
So let's talk a little bit about what we're doing. We're going to code, and it's going to be very like rudimentary beginning block coding today. I'm not going to focus so much on the remote control today. Tomorrow we're going to focus more on the controller aspect of coding. It's a little bit more intense, but not so much that we can't all figure it out. Last year we had some complications with it as well, but once you get it going and once you code it, it's forever coded to your robot unless you reset it. And once we get into the block coding, I'm just going to ask that everybody have their installers and all the apps installed either on their phone, tablet, iOS or Android device. You can use a computer. It's going to be a little bit different, but you'll have to connect your robot to the computer with the USB-A cable. There's a USB-A to B cable that was in your toolkit. I believe it was in slot number 12. And it looks like this. Your cable is going to be, like I said, A to B, and then you connect the robot with the A side of the cable, and then to your computer with the B side, and then you will be able to code it on the computer with us as well. But I'm going to go through some of the very beginning coding lessons that MakeBlock has, and we're going to sort of walk through it and code it together so that by the end of today, you'll be able to put in some of that block coding yourself, and then you won't have to walk through the lessons that are on MakeBlock. You can sort of create your own, which is cool. It's what makes it your own robot at the end of the day. Of course, we'll have our reflection and debriefing questions, and then we'll close out today. We may finish a little bit early. It depends on how far we get in the coding today. But Let's go ahead and if we can bring over Ms. Rosales, we can talk about college
The colleges.
exploration. What's that? um, just real quick, our objectives for today. You know, we'll program. We'll tell our robot what to do by giving it instructions, and then we will use that software and the applications and websites to code our robot using block-based coding. Okay.
But I guess we can talk about the Massachusetts Institute of Technology.
Yeah, so let's talk about some colleges that are out there. And so MIT, raise your hand or put a thumbs up if you are familiar with MIT.
Which, as we can see, is Massachusetts Institute of Technology. Okay.
Okay. All right. So, as the name states, it's the Massachusetts Institution of Technology. Okay. Um, it's located in Cambridge, Massachusetts. It's by Boston, near Boston. It costs a lot of money to go to MIT. So I would suggest, scholarships, financial aid. All of you that are in this program are in this program because you are eligible for it. And what that means is you're also eligible for a lot of scholarships that are out there for TRIO students. We talk about talent search a lot, but there's a lot of TRIO programs that are out there, and there are a lot of scholarships for TRIO students. So you qualify. All of you qualify, and throughout the school year, we'll be bringing those scholarships to you. We'll be posting them on our website. We'll be sending them via email to you and your parents to look at. And then we can even help you apply to them or give you suggestions whenever it comes to applying to those for those scholarship applications. But it costs $77,000 a year to attend.
So it takes you 3-4 years.
Yeah.
Can you
So
imagine?
I mean, 3-4 years of that, you're talking, what? You're
Over a quarter of a million.
that's well into almost $400,000. It looks like, which is
But
a
of
lot of
course,
money.
look at that. If you get scholarships and you get financial
Mm-hmm.
aid, it could be as low as $5,000
Exactly.
a year. So.
Exactly. So if you qualify for it, which all of you qualify for a lot of scholarships and financial aid, it could be as low as 5,000. Not going to say every one of you will get 5,000. Some of you one of you may get the 5,000. One of you may get 8,000 or 10,000. But it's better than $77,000
Yes.
a year.
Mhm.
But MIT is sort of like the premier university that focuses on science, math, and technology programs. They sort of take a holistic approach, as do a lot of colleges whenever they accept people now. But one of the things that they heavily have emphasis on whenever you apply to a place like MIT are their grades, your scores for admission, and that means like your SAT, your ACT, all things that we will also have programs to assist you and prepare for those tests before you actually take it to get a better score. But when I talk about a holistic approach, these colleges don't simply look at just your scores and your grades now. They take into consideration your ability to collaborate and cooperate, take initiative, take risks, be creative, your curiosity and excitement, as well as your background. And so that's what we talk about. When a college says that they have a holistic approach, that's what they're talking about. Your grades plus all of the things listed here, your ability to collaborate, work as a team and work individually, cooperate, take initiative. Do you wait for someone to tell you what to do, or do you just go out and do it? Do you take risks? Are you creative? And are you curious? Are you excited about it? A lot of these colleges now have like especially like Harvard and Yale, MIT, they will have an admissions process that involves like an interview. And in the interview process, you may show them a resume, you may show them a portfolio. And I would definitely, if any of you plan on going into a STEM field, definitely list that you were a part of Trio Talent Search, but also say, I was a part of a robotics academy, and I started off learning some block coding, and it was a week-long academy, and we also focused on a little bit of Python and JavaScript. And then tell them you took it a little bit further. If you went a little bit further and you learned more about JavaScript and Python, tell them what you've learned, C Sharp, all these different programs that are out there. If you took advantage, of the Padlet that Ms. Rosales mentioned yesterday, that's on there about the free programs. Let's go in here and show you the free MIT courses that are out there. If you go in and you actually take advantage of the free coding camps, is really what I wanted to emphasize here. You can get certifications, free certifications, and it's not just here; it's with MIT as well. So you'll see these free MIT courses right here.
And that's a good thing you can add to your resume.
Exactly. You add it to your resume. You increase your ability. You increase the competition that you have between you and your peers. So I think it's a really good thing for everybody to be a part of this and put down on your resume. But let's go ahead. Let's go back into day 3 because I have a quick little video to show y'all. You can't hear it. I'll let me see what I can do to solve that. It's just music anyway, but just pay attention to the visuals here.
Yeah, that was it. It was just the music.
Yeah, just some music. Let's see if we can. There you go. You should be able to hear it now. Let me know if you can hear that because the next video does have sound.
Yeah, they can hear it now.
Excellent, excellent. Good news. So you see all the things that they do here at MIT, all the different sciences that you can get involved with. Here they're using Legos, which is really cool. Here's the robotics portion. They're using magnets. That's what's called the DribbleBot robot. I'm gonna show y'all a little bit about that because it's really, really cool. Just a quick note as well, MIT has the largest and most prominent AI lab right now. So they have really invested heavily into artificial intelligence. And if you look and see what Microsoft is doing, as well as Google, like I said yesterday, AI is here to stay because of
Mhm.
all the millions and billions of dollars that they have now invested into AI. So MIT has anybody seen like the robotic dribblebot dog? Has anyone seen it? I think it came on the scene about a couple years ago. People were talking about it, but they have significantly improved upon uh, this dog. Queen, you have okay. Let me show y'all a little bit of it. Aiden, you have.
Scientists at MIT have created a robot capable of dribbling and running with a soccer ball that could pave the way for the creation of life-saving machines in the future. The robot, dubbed as Dribblebot, is a small four-legged machine that can deftly move a ball across a variety of terrains, from sand to mud to snow. It can also get up and recover after falling. Researchers have been actively trying to program robots to play soccer for some time. The team behind Dribblebot wanted their machine to be especially adaptive, learning through trial and error how to navigate real-world terrains. To give the robot these hard-to-script skills, researchers turned to a simulation. A replica of the robot and a ball were loaded into a digital version of the natural world, and researchers were able to set specific physics parameters for the robot to learn from inside the simulation. This method allowed them to simulate 4,000 versions of the robot simultaneously in real time. Therefore, they could collect data 4,000 times faster than if they just used one robot. Dribblebot actually started without knowing how to dribble a ball at all. But researchers designed a system that gave it positive or negative reinforcement, depending on how well it performed the task in the simulation. The machine could then narrow down the correct sequence of motions needed to keep the ball in control. Getting a robot to dribble a ball is much more complicated than getting one to simply walk around outside. One of the reasons for this is that the interactions between the ball and the landscape can be different than the interactions between the robot and the landscape. For example, thick grass or snow will slow a ball's movement, but a robot's legs will not be as affected by these factors. Dribblebot is equipped with all the high-tech tools it needs in a compact package. It has a set of sensors on its head and body that let it see nearby surroundings and an onboard computer brain that converts sensor data into actions. The robot is able to feel the nuances of the terrain it is on through leg sensors and adjust its actions accordingly. There are still ways to improve Dribblebot. For example, it struggles with slopes and stairs, sometimes getting stuck on areas with elevation change. Researchers hope that they will be able to teach the robot how to lift a ball over a step in the future. They will also explore how the technology behind Dribblebot can be applied to other robots, allowing machines to quickly transport a range of objects around outside using legs and arms.
That is cool.
So I mean, they are really, really emphasizing heavily on AI. Pretty sure you saw something similar on the news, Cindy. Okay, and William, you've seen one, but in orange. Yeah, so I want to say the one that was in orange a couple years ago, that one was all like remote control. It barely had any of the capabilities of the one that they just showed you here. It's constantly getting better and better and better at learning itself. It has a bunch of sensors, and if you've ever seen like a drone up close, has a bunch of like proximity sensors to sense, the wind, the rain, any of the elements that it is trying to crawl across. So it's pretty interesting, pretty cool that this is where they're going. And when you look at cars, new cars these days with all the technology that's on board, like the Tesla, Mercedes Benz, all the new technology they have, like Super Cruise to drive, where you just drive hands free. All of these sensors are on board and they're developed with different companies like Ford, GM, Tesla, and MIT to come up with something like this. And like they said, it still struggles with going up slopes and going upstairs. But in a couple years' time, they'll probably have that all sorted out. And it is all machine learning, so it's learning itself how to get better at it. So pretty cool thing. Um, robotic dogs. um, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a little bit of a break. So gather everything for your robot so that we can actually start coding ours. It's not gonna be like the robot you just saw, but it's a start. And so gather your robot. Like I said earlier, make sure that the tracks are lined up, uh, and you're ready to go. Make sure you have the applications installed. If you don't, let me know, so that we can walk through that process again. I will be using the MBlock app on iOS as well as the MBlocky app, which I'll show y'all in a few minutes as well. And that's what I'm going to use to get started. So if you don't have a phone, if you don't have an Apple phone or Android phone, use your computer and install the software on your computer. And if you're still unfamiliar with that software, we'll run through that again, okay? So let's give us a quick break here. Gonna make sure to stay by, just in case we have any questions. What's the app called? So let's just go through this real quick before we take the break, what the app is. So on the computer, there are two different things that I installed here, which is the MLink 2. MLink 2 is the driver that allows your computer to communicate with the robot when you plug it in. Okay? And so when I click on the MLink 2, I have several options here, but let me show you. When I go to their website, and let me give y'all the website real quick. I'm going to post that in here. Now, if you're going off of Android and iOS, it's a little bit different, so I'll show you on there as well. But I downloaded the PC version right here. I'm using a PC, so but if you have a Mac or you're using a Chromebook, use the web version here, and it should work for you. Now, the MBlock mobile app is what I have installed through the App Store, through the Google Play and Apple App Store. So I installed this application on my phone, as well as an application. It's called Blocky?
Make block or MBlock, Blockly.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that I downloaded on my phone too.
Yeah, Blockly, MBlock Blockly, and I'll show you what that is. And that app sort of walks you through the process of coding your robot step by step. It progressively gets harder and harder the more in depth you go, and you learn more as you go. So it should progress that way. But I downloaded the driver, and that allowed me to get access to the MBlock application on my computer. You can use the one through their website, or you can use the one that you install on your computer. So if I hit create now, it's going to take me automatically to the MBlock website. Now, what I've done is I've created an account with our login information. I suggest you do the same, because if you create an account, you're going to be able to save everything that you make on here and you upload to your robot. If you do not create an account, it will not be saved anywhere. So my recommendation is to go up here and make sure that you create an account. It's free with MBlock. And I would do that whether you're using the computer or the Android iOS device. I would go ahead and make a MakeBlock account. Okay. So I'm just going to sign in right here, and then you're good to go. So let me show you the mobile applications, and then we'll take a break here. Okay. So these two apps, let me go in here, and whenever I'm in the App Store, I'm sorry I don't have an Android device, but it's the same way with the Google Play Store. Um, just search MBlock, and um, I'm using that first app. Remember how I just showed you on the computer? What it looks like. The MBlock Learn Coding for Beginners. That's one I installed. I also installed the MakeBlock one. Now this one, let me open this one to see. So the very first one, yeah, you may not need this one actually. Yeah, so this one I'm not going to need, I don't think. Let me see if what comes up here. It may ask you what robot you have. You need to download the device before you can use it. Are you sure you want to download it? And I click yes. And I click the check mark. So it looks like you will be able to use this app. This one is a little bit more advanced actually. So what I would download is the MakeBlock, this one here, Play STEM Robots, because when you open this one up, you'll have the ability to play with the robot immediately via your device. But then if you want to go ahead and code it, it would bring me to an application called MBlock Blocky. It looks like this. So when I click on from the other app that I want to code this, it's going to bring me to that application there. Okay. And then I'll say that I have the Land Raider. And this is sort of what we're going to be focusing on today, are the very basic steps going through adding different blocks to our robot. And it uploads in real time. So you'll connect the robot with your Bluetooth. So right now, if you see at the top right, it's flashing. It says that it can't find the robot. If I press the button, the power switch on the robot, and then I click that I want to connect, it just found it, and my robot's moving around a little bit. So whenever we get to the actual coding portion, this will tell you how to control your robot. So when you hit play, the robot actually moves around, and it's moving around right now. And it makes a little noise, and success. So go ahead and download these apps to your iOS device and your computer. And we will go from there. We're going to take about, let's come back at, what do you want to do? 15? or 10?
Do 15 minutes,
15-minute break.
like at 1:20.
Yeah, let's come back at like 1:20. Make sure you have these apps installed. If you don't or you're having trouble, please let me know. We don't want to leave y'all behind. So see what you can do to get these applications, and we'll see you in 15, 20 minutes.
Yes.
All right.
You know, also on this, you can turn it on just by pressing this one.
Apartment hunting in Houston? Meet Pros Deerbrook, a brand new apartment community in the suburb of Humble, Texas. Located right next door to the Woodlands and Conroe Parks, there's never a shortage of things to do. And with convenient, must-have amenities like a fitness center and a resident amenity space, you'll have everything you need at your fingertips. For more information, visit www.prosdeerbrook.com.
All right, everyone. I am making my way back here. I see that Alan. Did you figure out the controls with yours? Let me know. Maybe do what Juan said and switch the wires around if they are inverted. You may have the left wire going into like the right uh, spot, or the right wire going into the left spot on the Mi Auriga. Just let me know, Alan, if you've got that sorted out. Welcome back, Stephen. Alan, did you get your controls sorted out? Juan mentioned you may have your wires. Your wires may need to switch around with the motor. You know how we plugged them in yesterday. Make sure the right wire is going into the right motor. I know you mentioned your controls were inverted. Yeah. So let me know, Alan, if that fixed your issue or if you're still having your issue with the inverted. All right, give me a thumbs up if you're ready to code. I'm gonna go ahead and get started here. If you guys are ready to go, I'm ready. Thank you, Juan. Caitlin, Virginia, Karen, thank you. Noe. All right. All right. Cool. Shania, Cindy, Brandon, gotcha. Jadarius. All right. Let's do this. Okay. So, like I said, I'm using the Nblock Blocky application right now. And so I'm going to go ahead and Miss Miss Perez actually she told me that you can press the top of your robot to turn it on too. That must be a newer feature they added as well. From the past, I don't remember you being able to do that. But if I press this, it will turn my robot on. I'll go ahead and hit connect now. My robot will turn on, and it kind of moves a little bit. And I made it so that you guys can see the robot on the screen as it moves around. It was the wires, Alan. Excellent, excellent. Thank you, Juan, for helping us troubleshoot that. That's awesome. Thank you. Thank you all for helping each other out. Okay, so you can either follow along with me with each step, or you can actually drag the blocks in yourself. But this is going to teach you where to get the blocks from and sort of the reasoning behind what we're doing. And so basically you have to have an action block whenever you're trying to command the robot to do something. And like JavaScript and Python, this is like put in by a like a bracket or something. You're telling the robot, okay, I'm gonna give you an action. So when you press the play button on here, robot's gonna move. It's gonna make some sound. Let's see if I can get another microphone on it so you can hear it as well. There we go. Okay, so what we're gonna do is move on to the next step. So it's basically telling you, sorry, let's go in here. You finish the program by putting blocks together. So after you put the blocks together, you press the play button at the bottom right, and it will play the script basically that you gave it. So you're dragging the block underneath. So I mean, the very first step is this block here. This, when the play button is clicked, do this. Okay. So what are we telling it to do? Well, it's telling us, please, like make the Land Raider move forward. So we're just simply going to make it go forward at a speed of 150, and there it goes. So you're just essentially putting these blocks together, and this is getting you prepared for the next steps of the blocks. It gets a lot more complicated than this pretty fast, but you're plugging the blocks in underneath each other. And then you say, I want it to go forward, but I want it to also go backward after it goes forward. So it's going to move forward, then it's going to move backward. And there it goes. Now you're getting it to turn different directions. So you want it to turn left, you want it to turn right. Same thing. There we go. So then there's a delete function. Or if you delete the blocks by accident, you can hit like the undo button at the top right of your screen to reset it. So the delete function, anytime you take one of the blocks out and you drag it to the left, there's sort of like a little trash can icon. You can just move that into the trash can. But let's say you accidentally did that. We can hit the undo button and it comes right back. Okay. So we don't need this one. We just want it to turn left and then move backward. So we're just going in and plugging those blocks in. We're going to turn left, go backwards. There we go. So now you want it to turn left, then turn right, and then move forward. Okay? So we don't need the backwards one, so we just want it to turn left, turn right, and move back or move forward. Everyone kind of getting this right now? I know it may seem like, oh, okay, this is super easy and everything, but I promise you it gets a little bit more intense. So now you want to tell the land raider to move in this order. You want it to turn right, move backward, and then move forward. So you're going to have to drag this block out of the command. Or I'm sorry, you don't have to drag that one out. You just click the forward function, and guess what? Now you have different commands in here. You can tell it what to do. So you want it to turn right for 1 second. Then you want it to move backward, and then move forward. There you go. All right. So you'll start to see more blocks appear. So you want to be careful where you're placing your blocks, where you're, and pay attention to the instructions here. You want it to move forward, then you want it to turn left, then you want it to move backward, and then turn right. And then you do not need this last one here. So we're going to go ahead and trash that one. Ooh. And he's going to run over everything. So make sure you have the space to do this. All right, so you unlock the block palette. And from the block palette on the left, you can drag in the blocks to tell your robot what to do. Okay, so if I click on the move portion on the left, right now all I have unlocked is the move block. So you just say you want it to move forward. I'm going to grab another one. I want it to turn left. Then I'm going to grab another one. I want it to move backward. And then go in here, grab another block, and then I want it to turn right. Okay? So we're going to move forward. We're going to move left. We're going to go backward, and we're going to turn right. Boom. Okay, so we moved through the first sequence. The next sequence is all about like sound and light. When you complete, you can see that I've kind of already gone through these, and these kind of teach you the different codes, the different blocks for each. Some of them are locked for me, but for each thing that the robot can do, there are different sequences. So we just did a bunch of moving. Now we're going to do sound and light. So you can tell the land raider to play a note once whenever you you have this block. So this is a new block that will get unlocked on the left-hand side. So it'll play a note, C5, for a whole beat. And there it goes. So now you get to use the move and show buttons on the left-hand side. So now you can tell the Land Raider to move to the left and play a note once. So I'm going to grab the note or the show bar block, and I'm going to have it turn left and play a note. And you can say, okay, I want a note for how long. I can maybe have it as a whole note. It doesn't say, but I'll just have it turn left, play a note, and there it goes. So now we want to tell the Land Raider to turn left, play a note once, turn right, then play a note once. So you put a block in here, you tell it, I want it to turn left, and I'm going to go into the show on the left-hand side. I'm going to grab this block here. And this time I just want it to play this note, C5. Well, maybe you want to change the note. Maybe you want to do like F5 for a double beat. Well, it says play a note once, so that's probably not going to be a good option. Let's just do a half beat. And then you want it to turn right. So we're going to grab another one of the move blocks. And I'm going to say I want you to turn right. And I'm going to grab this one, and it's going to play C5 for a quarter beat. There it goes. How's everyone doing so far? Everyone doing okay? Good, good one. All right, excellent, excellent. All right. Awesome. So, because this robot has a lot of sensors on it, it can also emit light, and you guys can already see that a little bit with the blue and red lights that are on here, but it also has like a whole round, if you see like there's a set of sensors, and they're actually labeled in here. If you look at it very carefully, you can see some of them labeled, but there's like a whole dial of sensors at the top, or light emitters. So you can say when played, all the lights light up blue. And we want them to be red, so look, it's all red now. It's pretty cool. There we go. So you can tell the Land Raider to light up its light and then play a note once. So that's all under the show. So you want all lights to light up, and you can choose the color. I think on this one we'll choose cyan, and then let's have it just play C5 for a quarter beat. There it goes. For the next one, we can light up red, play a note once, light up blue, then play a note again. So for this one, we're going to have it light up red, play note, so it's already there, and then we want it to light up blue, and then play a note, or I'm sorry, let's have it play a note here. There we go. There you go. Congratulations, you just learned how to drive the Land Raider. Now you can launch the Land Raider, drive safely. So you can tell the Land Raider to light up purple. So we're going to go over here to the Show tab. We're going to have it light up purple. And we're going to have it play a note. We'll just pick like A5 for, we can do a half beat, and then we can go over here to the move. Let me make sure I let everybody in. There we go. Then we're going to move forward. So it's going to light up purple, play a note, then move. There we go. Now you have your, let's go back to our loop. Yeah, so we did sound and light. Now we're going to do a loop. And there are 5 sequences for this. So you're going to tell the Land Raider to play a note 3 times. So you're just going to drag these in here. And it plays it 3 times. So what's really cool is you also have these blocks in here that allow you to repeat what you're doing. So you don't have to drag the same block in 3 times like what we just did there. You can have a repeat. Okay, I want you to repeat for 5 times and just use 3 blocks. So see if this works. There we go. So now you want it to repeat it for 7 times, and you may use no more than 3 blocks. So if you go over here at the bottom, I know you can't hardly see it on my screen. Let me move this over. Oops. So see at the bottom right here where it says control, you now have this control bar over here on the left-hand navigation panel. I'm going to take this repeat. I'm going to drag this underneath the when clicked button, and then drag our other block that it says it plays the note, but you may use no more than 3 blocks. So we've got 3 blocks, and you want it to repeat 7 times. So we're going to say we want you to repeat 7 times. Let's see what it does. There it goes. Okay, now it gets a little bit more complicated. You're going to want to tell the Land Raider to repeat 3 times the following. You want it to turn left. So let's go ahead, and because it says you want it to repeat 3 times, let's go ahead over here and grab the repeat button first. And let's say 3 times. We want you to turn left and then turn right. And you've got 4 blocks. So let's see here what it does. 1, 2, 3. There you go. All right, now you're telling the Land Raider to turn on a white light and then repeat the following move for 3 times. So when clicked, you want it to turn on the white light, and then you want it to repeat 3 times the move block. You want it to turn left, and then you want it to turn right. So we're going to have 2 blocks here because they're different. And you want it 3 times, so you're repeating this 3 times. So they're giving you very, very specific instructions. You have to follow up very, very specifically. So just kind of like a math problem, you have to, use logic and sort of read it out like a math problem to solve it. So we're turning on the white light, we're turning left, we're turning right, and we're doing it 3 times. So that's how I laid it out. Perfect. So now you did sound and light. We did loop. Let's talk about ultrasonic. So you remember our ultrasonic sensors that are on the front that we talked about yesterday, that kind of bounce sound between them and an object to know how far it is. Now we're going to use those. So we're going to tell the land radar we want it to move for 1 second, wait 1 second, and then move backward for a second. So we want it to move forward for 1 second. It doesn't say for what speed. So, I mean, we can say we want it slow or fast. And then we want it to wait. And then we want to go back in here and say we want it to move backward. And I'm going to make it fast for 1 second. And we'll see what it does here. Slow, then fast. You're already at the condition step, Steven. That's okay. That's okay. I just, where is everybody at here? Is everybody staying with me, or are you moving forward ahead? I just want to make sure everybody understands on that left-hand column, you're going to start to unlock a lot more blocks, and then you're going to be able to do a lot more things with this robot. At the end of these tutorials is really where things, where you can kick things up a notch and do. Jadarius, oh, you had the wrong. You're getting there, Jadarius. Okay. Do you want me to? I can slow it down, Jadarius. I don't have a problem with that. You said you have to shout at it, but it won't stop moving. Well, when we get to that point, Caitlin, there may be a trick to that one, because, yeah, you can give it audible commands. It's fine, just going on. Okay, all right, Jadarius, all right. Queen and Susan, Aiden, can you do it on the PC? You absolutely can do it on the PC. Let me, if I go to, do you have your computer plugged into your, or do you have your robot plugged into your computer? Because you can go into the, if you have it plugged in, you can give it the commands while it's plugged in and drag in the same blocks. But the difference between the app and the computer right now is the computer really doesn't have the tutorial in it. It does have a user guide, but you can drag sort of the same blocks that we are putting in with us. So, there's motion sensing, LED, audio. So variables, let me see. I see here. So when you have it plugged in, we're not using the CyberPi. You can delete the CyberPi from the device column over here. And what you're actually using is the MBOT Ranger. So you want to tell the computer that you're using the MBOT Ranger and the program. When you click OK, it will show up over here, and then you will have all of the same events as the app. Okay, Aiden? And then the green flag is sort of like the play button at the bottom right of the application. So I will tell y'all, there is a Bluetooth dongle. We didn't include that with this one that you can plug into your computer. So in order for it to work live, you have to leave the computer. You have to leave your robot plugged into your computer to run the script. if you can upload it and it will upload as a file into the robot, but then you're gonna have to keep plugging it in and uploading the different scripts. So for right now, I would say just use the live function and keep it plugged in, if you're going to use this on the computer. Now later on down the line, once we get through the tutorial, then I would start uploading like more complicated scripts to it, making it sense different things. It's moving at a speed of 255. It's going to turn left. It's going to flash these colors, and then I'm going to yell at it to move again. All of that I would upload into the robot, and then you will be able to make it function that way. It moves now? Good. Good, Aiden. Good, 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 good. Yeah, so it's not unlocking it the way that we're unlocking it with the app, because it's not this is the full-blown application on the computer, and right now we're just doing the tutorials through the iOS. I don't see that there is a tutorial on here. Let's see. I don't see one. But this is also on the computer, is where you add your different extensions. Like if you have a controller, a Bluetooth controller, you add that in. And so you tell it, okay, I've got a controller, and then you upload to the device. But we'll focus on that tomorrow too. Yeah. So let's go back to the application. There we go. All right. So, and if you're doing this on the computer, Aiden, you can sort of follow along with us then, since they're about the same blocks. Now we want to tell the land raider to move forward for 1 second, wait for 1 second, then move backward for 1 second. Okay? So we already did that one. I'm sorry. So we want to move forward, wait for 2 seconds, then stop moving. So move forward. At a speed of 150, I'm going to choose. I want you to wait for 2 seconds. And then I want you to stop moving. So now we have a new block called stop moving. So we're going to move forward. Okay, so be careful if you have drinks around. I'll just say that much. So the next step of the Land Raider is to have it move forward, and this is really where the obstacle avoidance comes into play. Remember yesterday when I said that this is an ultrasonic sensor, so it's sort of sending out a wavelength to determine how far is there one object to the robot, and how close is it? How far is it? So you want to tell the Land Raider to move forward until there is an object ahead, and then you want it to stop moving, because you don't want it to just constantly keep moving into the object. For one, that could break the robot. It could break the object. Perhaps if I had this before, it wouldn't have ran over my drink. Uh, but
That's when
so
we learn, don't have it close.
exactly, exactly. Thank you, Martin. So we're gonna tell the land raider we want it to move forward until there's an obstacle ahead, and then stop moving. Okay. So keep moving at a speed of 150. We're gonna wait until there's an obstacle ahead, and then now the obstacle ahead is going to be under the. I guess they will show us once we get through this where that block is at. So let's move forward. Now there's an obstacle and it's going to stop moving. So it's actually it just unlocked. So it's on the sense part. If you're on the computer, you're telling it with the sensing tab on the left still that you want it to sense if there's an obstacle ahead. So it looks like you would choose ultrasonic sensor. And so the computer is very, very similar to the actual application, it looks like. So we're going to tell our land raider that we want it to move forward until there's an obstacle ahead. And I'm going to have this go slow. And then in that case, you want it to stop moving. So we're going to go into the Move tab. We want it to stop moving. And then we're going to go into the Show tab. And we're going to have all the lights turn red. And so now we have an indication that it stopped. And we have got another visual indicator saying, okay, it turned red. That means it stopped moving. So let's press play here. It's going to sense my hand. And now it just lit up red and stopped. And there we go. Now we're going to actually have it change direction. So we want it to move forward until there's an obstacle ahead. So we're going to say we want to wait until there's an obstacle ahead. So we're dragging these two blocks onto our screen or onto our project. Wait until there's an obstacle ahead. And then we're going to tell it, okay, move forward or turn left. Are you doing it? You got it?
Yes, like
Ms. Perez is actually getting hers to work as well, so that's excellent.
except that I'm too close and it's climbing on me. This is cool.
All right, so we're going to and then have it turn left. So you can start to see the real applications of this where, you know, if it senses an obstacle anywhere, it will turn direction so that it doesn't hit those obstacles and go hit your drink off your table.
Yes.
So it's telling you, yeah, the land raider will not run into an obstacle at the end of this. So every time it sees an obstacle, it's going to change direction and turn by itself. So now we're kind of incorporating everything we've learned so far into the next lesson. And so now we're going to tell the land raider to move forward. Whenever there's an obstacle ahead, and then turn left for 1 second. And so I think the key word here, whenever you want it to do something, and it's funny because I just used the word whenever, but if you use the word whenever, you're going to want to use the repeat block, okay? Let me say that again. If you want the robot to do something all the time, you're going to use the repeat block. So, for this particular script that we just put in, any time that the robot is moving forward and there's an obstacle in front of it, it's going to turn left. So it's constantly going to turn left. So let's see, it's turning left, it's moving forward, turning left, and it's not going to stop. And we got it, but you're gonna have to grab your robot to get it to stop there because we did not give it a command to stop. So anytime there's an obstacle, it's just gonna constantly move and make a left-hand turn anytime there's an obstacle in front of it. So the next step is to tell the Land Raider to move forward, and there's that key word. Whenever there's an obstacle ahead, turn right for 1 second. Okay? So we want you to move forward. And actually, let's go ahead and let's add the repeat block in here because it's saying whenever. So we want you to keep moving. And I'm making mine slow. Whenever there's an obstacle ahead, you want it to turn right. So we're going to say when there's an obstacle ahead, now I want to move this, and I want you to not move forward. I want you to turn right. Okay? So let's see what happens. And we got it. So anytime I'm putting my hand in front of it, it's sensing there's an obstacle and it's taking a right-hand turn. And there's the ultrasonic sensor for you. What's also cool with this ultrasonic sensor is it's got the following mode. So you can have the robot not only sort of push itself away or turn right when it detects an obstacle, you can say, okay, when there's an obstacle in front of it, it's going to follow me. So if you block the Land Raider with your hand from the front, the Land Raider is going to press a note once. And we'll see what happens here. There we go. So now, every time you block the Land Raider with your hand from the front, we want it to play a note one time. So I did it wrong. So what did I do wrong? Every time when you put your hand in front. So there's another word that we're going to have to put the repeat block in there. So let's go ahead and grab everything. If you want to move multiple blocks, what I do is grab the top one from where I want to move everything, and I sort of move that out of the way until I put in the block that I want. So now, every time you block it with its hand, it will play a note. So let's see what happens here. And it's playing the note every time I put my hand in front of it. It's just going to keep going. You got to press the button to stop it.
Sorry.
No, That's okay. I had my accident too.
I had like Caitlin, is that you won't stop?
Okay. So now it says tap play, block the Land Raider with your hand from the front and see what it does. So now we're adding more complications into this. We're adding the if then else statements. So in coding, this is very important. Whenever you're coding something, if this happens, then what do you want to happen? So you have different conditions. AI works the same way. So if you're telling it to giving it one instruction and then something happens during that, then you want it to react what way? So let's go ahead and press play here. And if you don't have your hand in front of it, it turns off, okay? Because in this case, the color black it just means off, okay? But if you put your hand in front of it, then it's blue, okay? So I don't know if everybody can see that, but it's lighting up blue every time I put my hand in front of it, okay? So now let's try it. If you block the Land Raider with your hand, it's going to light up red. Otherwise, that's another key word. This is the if then else statement. It will light up green. So we're going to go in here and we're going to say every time, it's already got the repeat block. You block the Land Raider with your hand. So we're going to go ahead and plug this in. If there's an obstacle ahead, then it's going to light up red. If there's not an obstacle in front of you, guess what? We want it to light up green. And we're plugging it inside of the repeat block because we want it to happen every time. So let's play this. It's green right now. If I put my hand in front of it, it now turns red. Red, green, red, green. Just like that. All right. So now it's saying that when you finish this one, that it will have the Land Raider will move backward following your hand's movement. So now what you want to do is you want to say if you block the Land Raider with your hand from the front, then the Land Raider will move backwards, or else the Land Raider will stop moving. So I'm gonna keep the repeat block in here because this will be any time that you are blocking your hand or using your hand to block from the front. So we're gonna do that. So if it's moving with your hand from the front, if you block it, so you're going to say it will move backwards. So we're going to say, okay, it's going to move backward. We're actually going to go in here. We need the sensing block as well. Well, that's already over here. We need the control. So this is how I'm logically putting it together, and you can use your brain for this because I'm having to think through it myself. So anytime you block from the front, and it senses that your hand is in front of it, like an obstacle, Then it's going to move backward. Or else the Land Raider will stop moving. So we're going to say, okay, I want it to stop moving if it does not detect my hand. So let's see what it does with this script. Put my hand in front of it. It's moving. I take my hand away. It stops moving. There we go. So you kind of have to think, you know, this goes into what we talked about yesterday of using your logic and your reasoning, your logical thinking and design skills. Okay, so now if you put your hand in front, then you want the Land Raider to move forward or else it will stop moving. So the opposite of what we just did. So you want it to follow you anytime you put your hand in front of it. Let's see. I'm going to use the repeat block. I'm going to put the if then else in there as well. Because if there's an obstacle in front of it, then it will move forward with me. And if there's not an obstacle in front of it, it's going to stop moving. We want it to stop moving there. So let's do that. Let's put my hand in front of it. It's moving with me. And let's get my hand away from it so it stops moving, but there we go. Put my hand in front of it, it moves, and there you go. All right, so now every time you block the Land Raider with your hand from the front, it's going to light up an orange light, move forward. Otherwise, it's going to be a blue light and stop moving. So now we're putting in the show lights that will be emitted from the robot itself. So let's see here. Every time, so there's that repeat block again. You block the Land Raider with your hand, so you want to use the if-then-else statement, because if it's using the sensing obstacle ahead, then we want it to light up orange and move forward. I'm going to have it go slow. Otherwise, it's going to light up blue and it's going to stop moving. So once again, when clicked, if it senses an obstacle ahead, then it's going to be orange and keep moving forward. And if it doesn't sense an obstacle, it will be blue and stop moving. So when I press this, it should turn blue. When I put my hand in front of it, it should light up orange and move with me. There we go. So we did following. Let's go to let's go to condition here. This says light up the Land Raider's light wheel to show the white color. So we want to show all the colors on the light wheel, which is at the top of the robot. We're going to light that up white. There we go. Now, this also senses how much light is in your room. And so it says that with the sensing system on, the Land Raider will anticipate danger many times better. So the Land Raider moves forward until it hears a sound. Upon that, it stops moving instantly. So now we've got sound detected. So let's see what happens if it hears a sound and then stops moving. Let's see, keep moving forward. Until sound detected and then stop moving. My bad. Boo! There we go. Just yelled boo at it. So who was having an issue earlier? Was that Caitlin? Caitlin, did you get it figured out where you were talking with it and it wasn't working? You're stuck in 6-3. Okay. I think that's where we're moving now. All right. Yeah. So the Land Raider turns on the white light. Whenever it hears sound in its surroundings, it stops moving. Otherwise, it keeps moving forward. All right. So let's think this logically through. All right, Caitlin. Let's do this. So I'm going to go ahead and put the repeat right here in the if then else. If it hears a sound, then we want it to turn on a white light. And we want it to stop moving. So I'm thinking we're going to plug this in underneath the blue box there. You got it now? Stop moving, or else, that's otherwise, it keeps moving forward. So let's see. No, I did not do it right. So what I do wrong, Kaylin? The Land Raider turns on the white light. Is the white light underneath here? The light needs to be below the green. Yeah, okay. I think. All right, let's see. All right. Yay, we worked it out. Thank you, Caitlin. How's everybody else doing? Is everybody else following along with me? Is everybody okay? Give me a thumbs up. Miss Perez says no. What's going on? 4-7.
Can't get it. Look, I have it.
So let's go to 4-7 real quick.
You see, tells me it's wrong.
Which one is that?
To tell the Land Raider to move forward, and whenever there is an obstacle ahead, turn right for 1 second.
How do I get
It's
to
the
4-7? Ultrasonic. How come I don't see 7 in
Move
here?
it up.
Ah. Okay. So we're telling the Land Raider to move forward.
So it's keep moving forward. Then wait until obstacle.
So what you want to have here
Mhm.
is a repeat block.
Oh, okay. So maybe that's what I need.
So you want to repeat, okay, whenever there's an obstacle ahead,
Mm-hmm.
you want it to turn right
Let's see.
and wait.
Got it. I just put the repeat. That did it. I just had to put the repeat. Thank you.
No problem. Now where's the wait and for 1 second? Did you have to put that
I
anywhere?
put yes. I put turn right, and then for 1 second, I had to create the move.
So move
Yeah, and then you bring it down.
what underneath?
No, in the same. It was look in the repeat. You see right there. I had to put everything to repeat,
Oh
and
yeah,
that's how it
okay.
worked.
Yeah. So
I wasn't
turn.
putting the repeat. That's why it wasn't working. I was like, what am I doing wrong?
So you want this one to move forward and this one to turn right
Yes,
whenever there's an obstacle ahead. Okay.
I
Got
Thank
it.
you. Got
No
it.
problem. Awesome. So which one are we on here? We're on condition 4. Mine seems to be reacting to the sound of it moving. That very well could be. What I just noticed is the sensor is very sensitive. The sound sensor. So just know if you're using the sound sensor, I think it is very very sensitive. Yeah, Renee just said. Is that what's happening with you, Renee?
It is. Huh?
Make sure we're staying on agenda here. Yes, but you got it? Okay. All right. Is number 3 the one we just did? Yeah. 6-4. So setting the color to black will turn off the Land Raider's lights. Every time the robot hears a sound, the Land Raider will light up red, otherwise it will turn its lights off. So is it hearing sound now? Oh, I see. We have to put the sense on. If sound is detected, it turns red. If it's not, then it turns off. So every time when the robot hears a sound, the Land Raider will play a note. So we're going to say, okay, we want you to play a note. Then it lights up red. Otherwise, it turns its lights off. And all lights off. So let's see, it's hearing red. And when it doesn't hear a sound, it stays, it doesn't play the note, and it turns all the lights off. Now, see, is anyone else's bot reacting to the sound of it moving? Yeah, does anybody else have theirs reacting to its own sound moving? Mine seems to be reacting to my voice a little bit more. every time when the Land Raider hears a sound, so it's going to be sense. 50-50, Queen and Susan. Okay. Yeah, the sensor, the sound sensing sensor, say that 500 times in a row. Every time you'd use the sound sensing sensor, it's a little bit on the finicky side. Reacts easily to us talking. Okay. Yeah, I think mine's reacting a little bit more to the talking, but not every time. It's not really reacting to itself anymore. That first time I just did it, it was. So I think it's a little bit finicky, is the word I'll use. So every time the Land Raider hears a sound, it's going to light up white and stop moving. Otherwise, it's going to turn off its lights and continue moving forward. So let's see what happens here. Yeah, I'm seeing it there now. I'm seeing it now, Jadarius. It is reacting to its own. Because look, it just keeps moving. Let's play that again. There's no other sound. So I think that's... I would say if you're going to use the sound sensor, especially for your showcase, I guess limit it or have code it some way to where it's not perpetually just using the sound sensor. Like maybe it uses it once or twice. You can code it to use it like maybe, yeah. Just keeps repeating on 6-7. Okay. Yeah, that's what it just did on 6-6. So let's see. Every time when the robot hears a sound, it will light up white. So let's see. Sound detected. It will turn on a white light. Then turn left. Turn right. Otherwise, and that's the else, it's going to turn its lights off. So we're going to select the colors black and then continue moving forward. So it just, you're right. So with 6-7, I mean, it's hardly ever going to move forward and turn its lights off. It did just a little bit there. I think they need some refinement, and this is where I can always go back to make block and say, hey, and because it does seem like this is a little bit of a newer version of one that we may have used in 2020. So it looks like they are refining it a little bit, but the sound sensing sensor needs a little bit more refinement. Yeah, you're right. Occasionally it stops. Yeah. So before we get to the one where it can measure distance with says comparation, we're gonna take a little bit of a break here. Um, let's take about a 15-minute break or so and come back. You can still keep working with it if you want. Um, but let's take a quick 15-minute break, and then I will see you guys here at 2:50. Yours is no longer moving, Aiden. Okay. Does it turn on? The lights work.
William, is that William? He coded his
Just
controller
finished
already.
kidding. So the
robot,
controller
so
moves the
controls
robot now. William, congratulations. That's awesome.
awesome.
We may spotlight you to show us exactly how you did that.
Yes, exactly. The lights work. But why is it not moving?
Mine isn't either. I check everything, but it's fine. So, have y'all reset your robot? Have you tried doing that? It's not working at all. It won't move forward or anything. Yes, you have. The batteries? Check your batteries. Yeah, check the batteries. Um, pull the battery pack out, and you may want to reseat the batteries into the battery pack. We also, one year, I think it was 2 years ago, Amazon sent us batteries, and they only lasted like a couple hours. And so, to be completely transparent with y'all, I don't know if that could be the case if you have some extra batteries. I mean, we do have extra batteries here. If you guys need extra batteries, we can always arrange something, whether, a parent comes to pick them up or if you have extra ones at home. He's about ready to do the same thing mine did.
But I didn't have a drink.
Yes.
I forgot that it's backwards. I'm putting my hand in the front. Oh. No, but it had to be, my hand had to be in the front so it could go backwards, right?
Right.
Okay,
Exactly.
got it then.
Yeah.
Then it was right. Okay, so
Mine had flipped and the batteries fell out, which is sad. It is sad, but at least we solved that problem. I want to check back also with Virginia. Virginia, was that the same thing that you experienced? If you reseat the batteries, will it move again? Yeah, check the batteries and let's see if that works. If not, we'll troubleshoot another way. Let's go ahead and take a 20-minute break. We'll be back at 3 o'clock, okay? I'm going to double check some things and then I will be right back, all right? Continue working with your robot and check out the other sections that are on here. I don't believe that we got through, let's see, 7, 8, 9, or 10. You feel free to go forward with that. Also, if you're able to read the chat, on Zoom here, William just shared that he was able to finish coding his controller, so he moves his robot with the controller. And so he used the cable, this cable, the USB A to B, to connect it to the computer, and then add the controller as an extension, and then you code the controller to your robot. Okay, we'll focus more on that tomorrow too, but I think that if William also wants to help out some people in the chat, that'd be great. But let's take a break, and we'll see you in 20 minutes. Let's give a 20-minute break. It didn't work, Virginia. Virginia, do you have extra batteries at home? We may want to try that. Give that. If you don't, let me know. We can maybe work out something to get you more batteries. I don't know if that may be the cause of what's going on.
jug is 85% water, right?
85% water?
Tide Pods are only 12% water. The rest is pure, concentrated cleaning ingredients.
Pass me the intercom thing.
Attention shoppers, if you want a real deal, try Tide Pods.
If it's gotta be clean, it's gotta be Tide Pods.
Water content based on the leading bargain liquid detergent.
This back-to-school season, Tide and Downy are giving back with $1.5 million in scholarships. Enter to win. No purchase necessary. U.S. and D.C. 16 or older. End September 30th. Rules at tide.com/scholarship/official rules.
Discover credit cards automatically double all the cash back you earn at the end of your first year, which means... Wait, hold up. Question for the audio engineer.
Go ahead.
Did I read that right? Discover automatically doubles all your cash back?
Yeah, that's what the script says.
So if I get a Discover card right now, I can earn twice the cash back.
Apparently. Wait! Unlimited first-year cash back match, only from Discover. See terms and learn more at discover.com/match.
Enjoy sun, fun, and 20/20 vision with Man Eye Institute's $1,600 off LASIK promotion. Summer won't last forever, and neither will this amazing deal. Schedule your 100% free screening by calling 800-MY-VISION or schedule online at maneye.com.
San Marcos, Texas.
No better place to hear live
All right, everyone, we are back. All right, we have everyone here.
Oh,
What happened? Take the name? Yeah, you're not Marta. Yeah.
I'm cool. I'm cool.
Not today. Not today. I should have your name. I didn't have it
Oh
ready.
no, you're totally fine and everything.
But
so.
if you want to introduce yourself, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, my name is Rich Rodriguez. I am the program coordinator for UHD Esports. I've been with the program ever since its inception back in 2018 and everything. And yeah, I mean, we're a championship program and everything. We're here at the University of Houston downtown. And I mean, if you like competitive video games, this is the place to be. We're one of the biggest programs within the city of Houston. No other university has something like this. I mean, we have 2 huge arenas, custom built, hardware, software. We have a dedicated content creation team for us. And if you're a student here, you'll get a chance to be part of one of our many teams and everything. But one of the bigger things is you can actually get a job here too. So if you're part of that university life and everything, if you want to have that Gator family, all that good stuff, I say one of the biggest and best things to be a part of is UHD Esports.
And you guys have fraternities and sororities and the Greek life, basically.
Yeah.
If they want to join that, if they're here at UHD.
There's so many opportunities here, especially within the college life. I mean, like my friend Ryan said before, sororities, fraternities, clubs, organizations. Like if you and a couple of your buddies and everything just want to hang out after class, if you're interested in anime, if you're interested in video games, if you're interested in, I mean, anything, any topic. We have Animal Rescue Club, we have Debate Club, we have Pre-Law Club and everything. I mean, there are a lot of organizations here free for any and every student as long as you be a part of UHD.
That's awesome. So can you talk about this room that we're in a little bit and like how, if you're a student here at UHD, what you can do in this room and what it encompasses? Because this is an amazing room that we're in.
Yeah. So this room is called the PC Esports Arena. I mean, that it is the placeholder name and everything. But I mean, here we have 17 custom stations, fully built out Alienware PCs and everything. Even though they were built around 2018, 2019, they're still top of the line. From dual 1080 Ti's, i7 8700K, 64 gigs of RAM. I mean, 4 terabytes of a hard storage and everything. We have the preem specs so that everybody who needs to play any esports title, whether it be League of Legends, Valorant, Overwatch, or more, they have plenty of juice to get those games going and everything. Not just to mention the streaming capabilities and recording capabilities we have in this room also. UHD is a special school in itself because we actually have the entire Adobe suite available for every single student. That is through the UHD IT program. But every single student does have the Adobe suite, so they can Photoshop, they can use After Effects and everything. They can edit video, Premiere Pro, Lightroom, all that good stuff and everything, so that if they want to go that content creation route, especially within esports, I mean, we have our own Twitch channel, we have our own YouTube channel. Plenty of students and alumni actually are involved within the content creation of our esports program. And not to mention, any student, you don't even have to be a part of esports. You have all that access to the Adobe suite and everything, and to UHD Twitch, hands down, for free.
and that's pretty amazing. I mean, you guys are one of the only universities that have esports at the center of like student activities.
Yeah.
And so I see people in here all the time, like Overwatch and League of Legends and CS:GO and all of these other games that they want to compete on. So if you want to join and you want to make a team while you're here as a student at UHD, how do you do that? And is it easy to do?
Yeah, it is incredibly easy to do. I mean, if you really want to get into the examples and everything, I actually had a couple students come up to me not too long ago, and they heard that we had an Overwatch team, right? And I said to him, yeah, we had an Overwatch team a couple years ago and everything. Back when we first started, it had a little traction and everything, but one of the biggest things about our program is that we lose students every year to graduation.
Yeah.
Students, or really anybody who goes to university, has the other part of life they need to get going, get their education and all that good stuff. But I told this group of students and everything that, okay, we can make an esports team. We just gotta lay down a couple of ground rules so you guys can follow. Esports code of conduct and everything. These are the examples. We need to have meetings. We need to have a practice schedule. We need to have you registered within one of our conferences that we compete in. I mean, it was a real bullet point list. We had to make sure that team had everything so they could be part of our program. And once they did that, I mean, hey, 5 of their friends, okay, get together, practice and everything. Boom, we got a competition this Saturday. Let's get it going. Next thing you know, they're winning championship after regional championship, state championship, national championship. I mean,
and they're flying out.
And they're flying out and everything. And this team, this example and everything, they're actually our championship Overwatch team that it was led by a female. I mean, breaking glass ceilings and everything. She really kicks butt, ass, and everything else like that. And she actually got 2 national championships underneath her belt.
Yeah.
Just this past 2 years and everything. And this summer she actually graduated, probably middle of her class and everything. Couple times on the dean's list and all that good stuff. Scholarships and grants bound to her and everything. And
so you
good.
have these people in here. They're competing. They're flying out on UHD's dime on money, and they win prize money, scholarships.
Yep.
So what used to be years ago where parents would be like, "Stay off video games; it's not going to do you any good," and now. Yeah. Now it's turning out to be where they're winning money and scholarships and getting flown out on the university's dime to these competitions.
That is one of the many benefits of our program as compared to others. We actually have the money and the people behind us and everything to make our program like a varsity sport, like a football program, a baseball program, basketball program, and everything. But we make sure that every student who is a part of our program is taken care of. We take care of flights, food, hotel. If they're invited to a national tournament and everything, like in, let's say, Fresno or California or heck, even Colorado and everything. Those are just some of the examples we've had in the past.
Yeah.
I would fly out with them and everything. My directors will fly out and make sure that, okay, all the students got what they need for competition and everything. And hey, let's get it on the main stage and stuff.
That's awesome.
Just this past weekend, we were actually partnered with one of the big gaming conventions within the city of Houston.
At the George R. Brown.
At the George R. Brown.
Yeah, there was a huge gaming expo
it was called
George R. Brown.
HGX. Yeah, so that was this past weekend and everything. And we were actually one of the panelists. We had a panel this past Saturday. And then we had a huge booth for the entire weekend. And it was probably around 30,000 people would come in both days and everything and just have at it. We talked to so many people, so many alumni. Our students actually got the chance to work the booth, be on a panel and everything. Our team captains were on the panel. They talked about their experiences within esports, experiences at UHD and everything. And we actually have a couple chances now so that those students who did participate this past weekend actually can get involved with nonprofit organizations, esport youth camps and everything. So if you guys are essentially part of like Valhalla or any other kid-oriented esports camps and everything, I know there's a couple, one in Pearland or so. We actually have the opportunity to get some of our students, our team captains and everything, to work with Valhalla and Valhalla with being esport coaches or esport mentors and everything, so that kids like yourselves can see the benefits and, hey, you know what, this is the opportunity, this is the possibility of me being just like this guy, this girl, and saying, hey, I want to be this someday.
Because there's so many opportunities beyond just gaming, right? I mean, there's game development, there's things that go on behind the scenes with competitions, there's all these expos now. So
I mean, just give you a perspective, esports in itself is a $2.8 billion industry. That's just esports alone. 2.8's really nothing to sneeze at. But if you look at gaming in general, I mean, you get like the Game Awards in December. You have E3 events, Gamescom, big conventions, big companies like Nintendo, like Sony, like Steam, like Microsoft. Microsoft just bought Activision Blizzard, and that's the company that actually makes all the Call of Duty games, the Overwatch games, Diablo, and more. They're a multi-million-dollar company, billion-dollar company and everything, and Microsoft just bought it with some pocket change.
Wow. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. And I mean,
you guys have been featured on ESPN, and I mean, it's only the sky's the limit now for you guys.
Oh yeah, I mean, local news in itself, ESPN, Fox 26, Channel 11, Channel 2, the Houston Post, and everything. I mean, we've have extensive list of being featured in media. Of course, we have our own social media and everything, but I mean, just our impact within the city of Houston and everything. People have been seeing us for a long time now, and you know, just this next coming fall semester with all the incoming freshmen, I'd say I have around 200 or so coming in just for esports alone. I mean,
and you guys have a form on here whenever you're a student.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys have so many games: League of Legends, Overwatch, Valorant, Apex, Fortnite, Dota.
And most of these games associate with a team and everything. And these teams, I mean, they can have a varsity team, a JV team, 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, just for Rocket League alone, we have a varsity team and 2 JV teams. But since they're in the same conference and everything, they actually compete against each other. And that's how good they are.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so, I mean, just for another perspective on the conferences we're part of, we're actually part of NACE, which that was actually one of the biggest esports collegiate conferences within the United States. NECC, which is another big one. CECC, which is, I mean, a lot of ECs and everything, but these are all collegiate esports conferences where the competition and everything is, you know, countrywide, where we can go against other colleges and universities from like New Hampshire, UC Berkeley, Brown, Rice, UNT, other big esports programs and everything, and we go toe to toe. Sometimes sweep the floor with them.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so we're really proud of the program, what we have and everything. But
do you have people that trash talk in here? I mean, we have one person that's asking, but you don't encourage that at a university.
Then again, we are a university. Everybody here is an adult, you know, 18 years old and everything. They gotta grow up. But you know, esports is video games at the rawest moment and everything. So you can be excited, you can be passionate and everything, and you can call names. But I mean, if you go and insult somebody's mama, just get just keep in mind that they can insult your mama too.
Yeah.
And don't be a hothead about it too, because you know our program and many other programs like us, we do hold a code of conduct and everything. Not only our own program code of conduct, but UHD's student code of conduct too. So if you do step out of line, get physical, all the good stuff, or all that bad stuff.
Yeah, I mean, you have to remember where you're at.
Yeah.
You're at a U of
public
H
Texas institution and everything. So.
And you know, the UH system, UH Maine itself is a tier 1 university in Texas, one of only 3 in the state. So, you know, when you're here, you have to act like it. You have you definitely have to keep yourself together and not lose it.
You have to represent yourself on the world stage.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for explaining what the Esports Center is, Ricky, and it's. I'm sure we're gonna get some more questions and everything. Do you guys have like a Discord or a Reddit or anything that
you can actually follow us on social media.
Okay.
And contact us through our email if you have any questions, whether it be parents, whether it be you guys as students as well. Shoot an email towards us and everything. You guys can work on your email skills, and especially for college and everything, you gotta ask for scholarships and grants and talk to your professors, all that good stuff. But Yes, shout us out on social media or look us up, DM us and everything.
Is it UHD Esports?
Yep.
Okay.
UHD Esports on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook. Search us up and like us, follow us, shout us out in our DMs and everything. I mean all that good stuff. But
take a virtual tour of this is where we are sitting actually. So
there you go.
So it's pretty cool. So you can actually take a look at that and follow them on UHD Esports as well. Thank you so much, Ricky.
Yeah, no problem.
Appreciate
I mean, I'd love to talk more about my program and everything, but you guys are building robots.
Yeah. Maybe we'll have you on later on in the week and we can talk some more about it. They have got a really cool brand new console room with all the consoles.
Oh yeah,
and,
Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo Switch, and all that good stuff.
All of them. Yeah. So, all right. Well, thank you, Ricky. We're gonna get back to coding our robot, but appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Man, no problem. Well, I hope you guys have a good one and everything. Remember to check us out on our social media and make sure to build a good robot too, so that Mr. Ryan here can be so proud of y'all.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, thank you guys for having me and everything. I hope you guys have a good one. Okay.
You have a good one.
There you go.
Thank you.
Good luck, guys.
All right, so I hope y'all enjoyed that talk. The Esports Center here at UHD is incredible. It's at least worth checking out once or twice, even if you're not going to attend UHD as a student. But without further ado, let's get back to our building process. I do want to ask, though, let me see if I can scroll up and find out. I know William had to step out and leave, but I'm seeing Virginia, are you still in here? I'm seeing that you changed the batteries, it still doesn't work. You tried resetting it, it still doesn't work. Has anyone else encountered this problem with the robot where it's not moving? In Virginia, you double checked all your wiring and everything to make sure. I see that you're still here. Okay, great. Saying, but it started to move again and it works good now. Okay, all right. I don't know if that's just a glitch or I don't know if anyone else has experienced the same issue, but that's a little bit strange. If it continues to do it, you can let us know, and we may have to swap it out or something. I could, give you the one that we're working with or something like that, if it continues to do that. We don't want you to have a broken robot. But moving along, did anyone get past step 7 and the rest of the coding and step 7 or maybe 8 or maybe completed all of the objectives here? Cindy, yes. Done with the whole thing, Steven. Okay, Logan, you're done. What about anybody else? Would anybody like me to continue with the steps or, okay, you're stuck on 9-6, Queen. Susan, I see a lot of people stuck on 9-6. Queen, Susan. Juan, you're almost finished. Caitlin, 9-6. Brandon, you're stuck on 4-10. 10-4. Okay, let's start with 4-10. Let's go to, I'm going to go with Brandon. Let's go to 4, and then I'll work my way through. 4. Hold on, 4 out of 10. Tell me again, Brandon, what's a 10-4? Okay. So then let's go to 9-6. I'm seeing that. Then we'll go to 10 out of 4. You made the robot run around and stuff, but your laptop is down, so you can't do the controller. Okay, Logan. Do you have access to a iOS or Android device, Logan? Maybe you can follow along with us there. Steven, you're done with the whole thing. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of stuck on 9-6. So let's go to 9-6, and then we'll go to 10-4. Okay, Logan, yeah, if you can follow along with us on iOS or Android, that would be wonderful. What we're going to do is we're going to go into the... we'll go in here to 9-6. You tried the controller, but it seemed to not be able to connect. Yeah, that's probably it, Cindy, if you are trying it on iOS. We need to try that with the computer. We are going to go over the controller aspect tomorrow. Unless Steven, you were the one, or was it Juan, that already connected the controller? I know Logan said he did. William? Was it William? I can't remember. Maybe it was William who already left. It was William. Okay. Well, then we are going to focus on the controller tomorrow. However, I'm not going to, bar anybody from trying out the controller. But I will say this. You will need to plug in your robot to a computer and use the software on the computer to code the controller to your robot. I don't believe I've seen an ability to use only your Android or iOS device to code the controller. I've really only ever seen it on the computer. But let's go ahead and look at 9.6. Or it's not unlocked for me. I suppose it won't let me go to it if I haven't completed it on here, and I did reset the app.
It won't let you.
Okay. Yeah. Well, would all of you like me to just continue through here and see if I can make my way through it to help you with 9.6 and 10.4, or what do you think? I'll leave it up to y'all. Leave it up to chat. Yes, sure. Okay, all right. Let's do it. Let's go in here and let's just burn through these real quick. Measure the distance. Look at the number at the right of the screen to see what happens. And you guys can probably walk me through and help me with this since you have already done it. Now, the unit of distance is centimeter. And centimeter is like that, basically. You got to go, Steven. Well, that's what we were going to finish today for coding. And then we were going to have reflection at 4 o'clock. But if you have to go, that's all we were going to focus on for today. And then tomorrow I'm going to focus on that controller with everybody. So if you have to go, no worries. But in the meantime, I am going to go through this. We need M-Link to connect to controller stuff. You are correct. Okay, bye, Steven. We'll see you tomorrow at the same time, right? M-Link, that is correct. You are going to need M-Link to connect to the controller. And I'll reiterate that tomorrow, Logan, for everybody. All right, see you tomorrow, Steven. Okay. So, let's go ahead and connect the robot. There we go. All right, so tap play to examine the number on the right of the screen. When the distance to the obstacle on the front is less than 10, play a note. Very cool. All right. Approach the Land Raider with your hand. When the distance to obstacle is less than 5, the Land Raider will play a note once. So we have to change that to 5. There we go. When the distance to the obstacle is less than 10, the Land Raider will turn right quickly. Wait until distance to obstacle is less than 10. It will turn right. There we go. Every time when the distance to the obstacle is less than 10, the Land Raider will turn right quickly. So remember, every time means the repeat. And we'll just try and take all of this, plug that in. Was that me or you?
Mine.
Okay.
Trying to catch up. I'm on 7-2.
I think this one is 10. And this one will turn right. And I do need sense, so wait until distance to obstacle is less than 10. Let's see if I get that right. We got it. Power went out. No problem, Tyrese. It's okay. Sorry to hear that. I'm sure it's very hot. What is it? It's exactly 100 degrees. Every time when the distance to the obstacle is less than 10, the Land Raider will light up green and then play a note once. So, every time means what? We need the repeat. Every time the distance to an obstacle is less than 10, then the Land Raider will light up green and play a note once. So let's see. Boom. All right. 7-6. Every time when the distance to the obstacle is less than 10, the Land Raider will light up green, play a note once, and then turn right at the fastest speed. So it's saying something. Okay, yeah. So it's using math right here. It's calling it. So we need the repeat block because it's every time. So every time the distance, so wait until the distance to the obstacle is less than 10. The Land Raider is going to light up green. It's going to play a note once. and it's going to turn right at the fastest speed. So let's see what happens here. I did it wrong. Every time the distance to the obstacle is less than 10, play a note once, and turn right at the fastest speed. So let's see. So what am I doing wrong, everybody?
I know, right?
Every time when the distance to the obstacle is less than 10, the Land Raider is going to light up green, play a note once, and turn right at the
fastest speed right.
I think I did that. Well, I did. I clicked that earlier and it did not. Well, thank you, Logan. I thought I clicked that. It looked like it before, but I didn't. Thank you, Logan. All right, moving on to 8, lightness. Tap play to put the Land Raider to a dark place. So I'm just going to put it underneath the table real quick. There we go. Place the Land Raider in a dark place. When the light strength is less than 170, the Land Raider will light up the white light. Guess I'm not in a dark enough area, but maybe I can cover it with my hand. Or that's not going to work. Strength of light is greater than 170, so I need to change this to 170, I think. That happened to you earlier? Yeah. There we go. I had to actually type in 170 there. So it's pretty cool that it also senses the light strength. So every time when the Land Raider is placed into a dark place, the Land Raider will light up the light white. So we need every time as a repeat command. And we'll go ahead and play this. Done. Every time when the light strength is less than 170, the Land Raider will light up the white light. Otherwise, it will turn off its lights. So if the strength of light is less than 170, then the light will turn on and it will be white. Otherwise, it's going to turn off all its lights. And we will see if that works. Actually, I can just cover it with my hand and it worked. There we go. Tap play when a strong light shines upon the Light Raider, the Land Raider will move forward. Okay. So when the strength of the light is greater than 800, Well, that's very strong, so I don't know if I can change this to 500. And let me get a really strong light going here. There we go. Okay, every time when a strong light shines upon the Land Raider will move forward, otherwise it will stop moving. So, every time the strength of light is greater than, let's say, 500, it will move forward, otherwise it will stop moving. So, what I'm going to do is I'll keep this light on, then I'll turn it off, and it stopped moving. There we go. Okay, so now we're on number 9. This is where a lot of people got stuck, I think. So let's go here. Do not change any number. Place the number 175 to a proper place in order to tell the Land Raider to turn left at the speed of 175. Okay. Do not change any number. Place the number 17 to a proper place in order to tell the Land Raider to turn right at the speed of 170. Okay, so you're doing some math here. We need it right here. You're doing 17 times 10 is 170. Keep moving forward. Oh, do not change any number. Turn right. Oh, I got you. Thank you. Thank you. All those little things you gotta catch. Thank you, Caitlin.
Right.
There he goes. He's moving. Tell the Land Raider to move forward at the speed of the distance to the obstacle. Keep moving forward at the speed of the distance to the obstacle. Interesting. Okay.
Where's the obstacle? It's 10.
I think we got it. That's interesting. The Land Raider will follow your move better. Okay. Try it now. Tell the Land Raider to move forward at the speed of 10 times the distance to the obstacle. Speed of 10 times. Okay, this thing is going to move. Okay. Do not change a number, any number. Tell the Land Raider to turn right at the speed of 250. Okay. Does it want us to move this number in here? I'm thinking that's what it is, and then you move that into here. I keep messing up the direction. Let's see. No, I am sorry to be switching devices. The computer is having some issues. Not sure if it's the actual computer or something else like the Wi-Fi. Okay, yeah, no problem, Noe. It's okay. Take your time. Get back to us when you can. If you can't, rewatch this broadcast after it finishes later. Nine six. Yay. Okay. We are with everybody. Did anybody figure out 9-6 while I was going through that?
I'm at 8-2.
Approach the Land Raider with a torchlight and let the Land Raider run. Okay. Tell the Land Raider to move forward at the speed of a quarter of the light strength it receives. Okay. So what we need to do is we need to say keep moving forward.
There it goes.
At a quarter of the speed it receives. So we need a sense, strength of light, divided by, I would think 4, right? Or 0.25. Maybe if we put 0.25. Let's see if that works, y'all. I don't know if it's right, but we will find out.
Okay, it almost did it.
At the speed of a quarter. So maybe it needs to be 4. I don't know. There we go. Yeah. Okay. Let me stop there. All right. Did everybody see what I did for 9-6? You had them the opposite? Okay. All right. Good, Caitlin. All right. Renee, you got it. Okay. Excellent. 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 So let's move to 10. Looks like we're unlocked 10, which is variable. Learn to control the Land Raider more precisely with variables. So you're going to set the light strength to 10 and watch the light strength of the Land Raider's color wheel. So we're going to set the light strength to 10. Let's see what happens. Okay. Interesting. Set the variable light strength to 100. Then set the light wheel's red value to light strength. Wait 1 second. Set the light strength to 10. And set the light's red value to light strength. Interesting. Okay. So let's see what happens here. Okay. Interesting.
We'll turn the lights off.
So put blocks together. Tap play, then look at the Land Raider's light wheel. Very cool. 10-4. This is what people were stuck on. Aiden, okay. If you have to go, no problem. Who was stuck on 10-4? Is anybody stuck on 10-4 still, Brandon? Okay. All right, let's take a look here. Change the value of light strength by 10. So I'm going to put a 10 in here. Set the red value of the light wheel's color light strength. I don't know if that's right, but we'll check.
Would that move it?
That can't be right. Change the value of light strength by 10. Did anybody else figure out how to do this one? This one is very confusing. Set the light strength by 10. Okay. I think that means this one has to be changed to 10 and this one stays at 0. Set the red value of the light's wheel color to light strength and put the blocks together. This is what I think I would do. Well, that's it. Thank you, Renee. Got it. Queen, Shania. Brandon, okay, all right, let's see. All right, Brandon, did you get this? You have to read it very, very specifically. Very specifically. Okay, good. So add light strength by -10 means decrease light strength by 10. Okay, so change the value of light strength by -10. -10. Set the red value of the light's wheel color to light strength and put the blocks together. So for this one, you're setting the light strength to 100. And you're repeating 10 times, changing the light strength to -10. Let's see if that works. If I cover this a little bit. So yeah, it just continually goes dimmer and dimmer and dimmer until it actually turns off. Did everybody get through 10.5? If you need any help, let me know. I'm still learning this myself. But I think we got it. I think after 10.5, they haven't added any more just yet. So that's going to leave us off for the coding portion of today. I will say that tomorrow we're going to focus on the controller and coding on the computer a little bit. So if you have a computer next to you, we can focus on that. And what I want everybody to do is still take some time and get to know how to code this robot. If you go to the other, let's see, I think it's the other application. Is it create? Let me see. I actually don't know if it's that one. May not be that one. Let me check and see. There's voice control, there's line following, obstacle avoidance. Please use PC to okay. That may not, this may not be right. There we go. Okay. I think in order to draw or to actually create code to make it do different things, I don't know if they have an option where you can just free code it, unless anybody has seen another. Be under, yeah, there it is. It's at create. So actually, if you go down from the same app that we just used, instead of being in the steps to learn how to code it, if you just go into create, this is where all of the rest of the coding is going to be. So I would suggest maybe playing around with it and putting some different code into what you've learned today, and then you can save it. Like I can go up here and I can save my project name, and that way for Friday's showcase, everybody can, you can start getting ready for the actual showcase on Friday. So that's my suggestion, and then tomorrow we'll learn more about the controller and the computer programming. So that is my suggestion, everybody. Let me go through here and see if there was anything on the day 3. So we have a little bit of reflection.
Oh. It just flipped over. Okay.
So we'll do a little bit of reflection here. Let me go to my presentation slide.
Yeah, I think something
there we
happened
go.
to mine. It turned off.
It did? The
Yeah.
batteries? Oh, battery popped out.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
On the
see
side?
it on the.
Oh.
See that? Yeah. There
I
you
think
go.
that's what happened to some of
That
those.
had to have happened
because
earlier.
It flipped over.
Yeah. If
Yeah.
your robot flips over, batteries may have gone flying or or disconnected.
Well, it's, I mean, something good. We're learning something
Yes,
new.
learning every day. That's a good
Okay.
thing. So on our reflection and in your notebook, and if you want to, if you can type something in, or you can unmute your mic if you feel comfortable in sharing with us, what college or university are you planning on attending? It doesn't have to be something a college that we talked about today. It doesn't have to be anything related to STEM.
It could be a community college.
Exactly. I mean, I went to Lone Star for 2 years, so I mean, and I don't regret that at all. So, what do you want to major in? If you haven't decided, can you think of a major that you would pick based on your interests? So, like, what are your hobbies? What do you like to do? Do you like to build stuff? Well, then you may think of maybe engineering, architecture, if you like to design things, if you like to move things around inside and change things around, maybe interior design.
Right.
If you like production, like media production, setting up lights and cameras and green screens and all these things, you go, radio, television, film.
Yeah. If you like teaching.
If you like teaching, exactly. If you like to help students or to help anybody in your family, maybe teaching.
Or if you like sports.
Exactly.
I mean, anything that you like to do, art.
Anything.
You like to draw, if you like to.
Yeah. So who can tell us, who wants to tell us something about what college they plan on attending and what they want to major in?
Susan, HCC Software Engineering.
Okay,
Awesome.
that's awesome.
I really want to major in engineering, but I'm really stuck on civil and nuclear. I'm not sure what colleges specialize in that.
Okay, Cindy, I would suggest that you would look into A&M. They have a good civil engineering program. Nuclear engineering, I'm not entirely sure.
I'm not either.
But what I would suggest is looking and seeing what else is out there. Nuclear engineering major. West Point. That is the United States Military Academy, specifically to the Army, I believe.
Oregon State University.
University of Michigan. MIT, who we talked about earlier, is number 2 in the nation. Number 1 in the nation is University of Michigan. North Carolina. Texas A&M, there you go.
Yeah.
Number 3 in nuclear engineering. If you are planning on civil or nuclear engineering, I would go to A&M. It looks like they're really top-notch in terms of any kind of engineering.
It says number 10 best engineering school.
In the nation, yeah, yeah.
I have a niece that is going into engineering starting this fall.
That's fantastic.
At A&M.
And I will say that if any of y'all plan on going to college, which I hope all of you are, try to stay in state unless you're getting a huge scholarship.
Yes.
If you stay in state, it will be significantly less expensive. You can take whatever number figure you think it's going to be, like a UT or A&M, and you can easily double to quadruple that now if you plan on going out of state. So pretty crazy. Let's see. I'm planning on going to UH or UHD, a major that seems interesting to me, or engineering and psychology. So yeah, UH, you can go there for engineering. Psychology, you can go to UH or UHD, Caitlin.
Oh, mechanical engineering.
Let's see. You want to study mechanical engineering? Shania, you can look at any of the UT or A&M or U of H programs. I want to say Prairie View also has.
She has Prairie View, Lamar.
Oh, okay, yeah, in between Prairie View, Lamar, and
Texas
A&M. Okay, yeah. Prairie View, Lamar, yeah, all those are great.
Yeah. Is there anything that could interfere with the Bluetooth connection?
after a second of it moving. It probably, Alan. I would. I was having trouble right now with that app, and I wonder if maybe it was my phone or my watch or something that was interfering with Bluetooth connectivity.
Maybe look and see.
Yeah, I would maybe move a little bit, maybe reset the robot. That's a possibility, Alan. And anything that is using Bluetooth. No clue.
I need to do some research, but still do want to go. To
That's no problem, Renee. That's why we're here. We're here to help guide you. And I think one of the very first steps and one of the very first things that we do when we talk about colleges and different majors are, what are your interests? What do you like to do? Nobody wants to go do a job or go to work to do something they hate, right? So I would say find out what your interests are and see if you can line those up with a major that's at a college or university. And then you can start developing a plan to get to that career upon graduation. Question about a scholarship program you heard of? Not sure. It's called QuestBridge. I've heard of QuestBridge. I have directed people to QuestBridge. It is it's a pretty good service. It's been a number of years since I've heard anybody bring it up. Let's see what they have changed here. So high school students. So it looks like they've got a national college match there. So high school seniors and juniors apply to the College Prep Scholars Program, get early advantage in the college admissions process. Our Student Resource Center will help you prepare for, apply to, and pay for college. Like I said, it's been a number of years. It looks like they've changed a lot of things. Let's look at how to apply, or who should apply. The 2023 College Prep Scholars Program application is now closed. Applicants will find out in late April if they were selected as College Prep Scholars. We are looking for high school juniors who have shown outstanding academic ability despite financial challenges. We take a holistic approach on reviewing applications. There's that holistic approach that I mentioned earlier that MIT also uses. We do not have absolute criteria or cutoffs for GPA, standardized test scores, income or other factors, so that's very good for all of you. Any high school junior, regardless of citizenship, currently attending high school in the U.S. are eligible to apply. U.S. citizens and permanent resident living abroad are eligible. Let's see. This can't hurt you to apply to. I've had other students, like I said, I think it's been at least 3 or 4 years since I've had a student tell me in the program that they've applied to this. But it is a good thing, and I have heard pretty noteworthy things about QuestBridge. Frequently asked questions here. This is pretty cool. National College Match. How does the National College Match work? Is a college admissions and scholarship process through which high-achieving, low-income students can be admitted early with a full 4-year scholarship to some of the nation's top colleges and universities. QuestBridge reminds me there is something around the nation that was endorsed, I think it was by Michelle Obama. I've been to a number of these. Each one of you should check out the Posse Foundation. The Posse Foundation does the same thing as QuestBridge, basically. And they basically, you go in, you've got 3 interviews if they select you. Each interview is a little bit different. And if they select you, they put you in a small cohort or group of students. And you go with those group of students to the college that they select you to go to. But you're going to a college that has the major that you want to go to.
What you're interested in.
But they pay their full ride scholarship if you get selected. So they receive full tuition leadership scholarships. So I would suggest also, if you're going to look into QuestBridge, Cindy, look into the Posse Foundation. And like I said, I think Michelle Obama was in that. Yeah, so there she is. So lots of good things with scholarships. You know, you can't. There's another one, College Greenlight, I think it was. Capex.com. That is another one. We are actually affiliated with College Greenlight and Capex. So if you do create an application or a profile with them, you can find us on there. This will help you find the right match for you. Basically, you can check it out, and you can put in your hobbies, your interests, your grades, everything that is about you, and this can help you find a match to the right college. So, just to see where you fit, you know. And it's all 100% free, all of it. So that's another good website. I will post this one in the chat.
We can also add them later to the Padlet.
Yeah,
so that way they can be there too.
Yeah, absolutely. We can do that. You know, if you also go on our website as well, which is uhd.edu/talent search, when you go to our website and you go to scholarships, you can see some of the listings here. Some of these have already expired. Actually, I think not all of them have quite. Well, this one's the only one left, the Thurgood Marshall College Fund. I like to try and keep this as up to date as I can. I'll have to go through and remove some of these, but some of these will be renewing for the next year. So the links would still be good to the particular places that it goes to. So you can check that out. Let's see what else we have on here. I have put some resources on our website to like tutoring services, some forms. There's a College Greenlight right here. So there's some scholarship opportunities. So like Aldine, Houston ISD scholarships, Raise.me if you've ever heard of that. College Board. That's another one. Big Future. Earn up to $40,000 just by planning for your future. So you get to see if you qualify. Big Future is really good for like careers, colleges. So you can explore different careers, explore different colleges and College Board. College Board is also where you check your scores for your SAT. So if you haven't taken your SAT or you're planning to, and you probably will your junior year if you are not a junior yet, you will take your SAT. We have some really cool tools that we're going to have at our disposal that are not free, but they're free to you. We paid a lot of money for you guys to use them for free, and we'll be reaching out to everybody in the program later in the school year so that you guys will get used to it, get to use it. Okay. That basically leaves it off for the rest of the day, y'all. We almost got to 4:30, and so I'm going to end the day off here about 10 minutes early. If y'all have any questions or you're having any trouble with your robot or anything, you can email us or just let us know tomorrow when we start the stream and we start the Zoom session. You can let us know and we can see what we can do. I think tomorrow we've got the robot, the controller and robot planned, and we're going to do some career explorations for tomorrow as well. So we will definitely have time tomorrow to go over any kind of coding related problems or robot related issues that you may need help on. So anyway, if no one has any further questions or anything, I really appreciate the conversation that we've had. I appreciate the interactions that we've had in the chat and everybody attending today. If you're watching this and it's later, please check with your robot, see what you can do to code and create for the Showcase Friday, and that goes for the rest of you in here as well. So if that's it, without further ado, thanks for joining us for day 3. We'll see you tomorrow for day 4 at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Okay, bye. Everybody.
Every night of the week.
Hang out on the river all day.
Then go see your new favorite band play.
And there's cool street art and murals on the square, too.
You're gonna love this place.
Check out visitsanmarcus.com.
Or visit SMTX on Instagram.
See you soon.